Alright everybody, you know what time it is. It's time for more Legends of Runeterra with Bart's Adventure. As you can see here, I've been playing Yasuo's adventure a little bit on my own time. Just for the funsies. I play it on my phone. I think I mentioned that already, but when I do traveling or usually play a game before bedtime, stuff like that. If I'm watching a TV show that bores me, I tend to pull it out for a spell, as it were. But anyway, we defeated the second adventure for Bard, so now we're just going to dive into the third. I'm going to do them all in progression, just to show them all off. I think it's cool and interesting. So the next one up is Garen. Garen is new to the Path of Champions. He wasn't around before. As you can see here, I've beaten him recently with Yasuo here, tried to beat my own time, but I didn't manage to do that. So, oh well. Anyway, replay the adventure. In we go. And this is where it gets a little bit harder. We're introducing a new mechanic, first of all. As you can tell, immediately the map is larger. And that's because now we're basically doing a double compared to what it was before. Before it was one short path and then the boss fight. Now we're doing a short path, then a mid-tier boss, or whatever you want to call it, like an intermediate boss. I forget the term, and whatever. And then you move on, and then you got the final boss. So it's like a double the length compared to what we've been doing earlier. I was thinking that maybe we could try switching up the formula a bit, so I'm gonna run it until we get to Ash here, which is the middle boss. And we'll see how that goes. If it's too long, I won't do it again, but we'll try it at least once here. Excuse me, I need to cough. Oh, look at that. We got an epic skill right out the gate here, epic power. That's interesting. Out the gates. Game start, summon a 2-cost unit from your deck. Alright. Sounds interesting. That could be Esmus. That would be a nice immediate summon. Stone Staggers wouldn't be bad. Okay, and Bandle Commando, also good. Alright, so any of these would then appear in the first round. Very nice. And we can of course try to either cut some cards from the deck. There are ways to do that, and or add new 2-cost units that are good to summon at the beginning of the game. I think all those 3 are pretty decent, so that's a huge power move, having a unit on the board at the beginning of the game. So we like that, but then Seed of Power gives us the Emperor's Deus, another thing that starts on the board and gives us a Sand Soldier every time we attack. Which is comparable to the Out the Gates thing. And then the new student, we get another one. This is just a free unit, then not from the deck, that we get. The Sparring Student that would always start on the board. Now that one certainly isn't as good as Out the Gates, and for 2 reasons even. Of course, it's cheaper and not as good a unit. But I also would like Out the Gates because we have 18 cards in our deck, you know, and so whenever I'm trying to draw champions, there's 1 in 18th time for the first card that we draw a champion. But if I thin the deck at the beginning of the game by pulling 1 card out, it's only 17 cards, so yeah, it basically increases my chances of drawing the other cards that I really want from my deck. Where the Sparring Student is a spawn, and so is the Emperor's Deus. So I think that's why it's epic. By the way, it must be because it's so much better. See, this is also a 2-cost technically, but out the gates. Can't ignore that. Stony Suppressor. And I think, by the way, I unlocked getting epic stuff just yesterday when I was playing Yasuo's campaign. I didn't realize that was an unlock, because it used to be just a basic thing. But now we can get epic things, like in general, throughout adventures. So that's kind of cool. The first up is the Stony Suppressor. You can't help but marvel at the Petricite statue before you. Its elegant construction and graceful form. Wait, did it just move? And indeed, it does move. It's a pretty cool new card. Not from this expansion, from the previous one. I'll put the Cosmic Binding back in the deck there. And we got a Bandle Commando for free. Very nice. a bird on the board. He got quick attack for being boosted. Perfect. And here we can play the stone stackers. I think we will. Before attacking, and he got Challenger, and they didn't play a unit. So, I mean, we almost have lethal in turn 1 or turn 2 here. But as always, I have been thinking that it would be nice if... I think the first fights in every adventure, they could up the difficulty a little bit, because this battle is... we might as well not play it. The first battle is always like this. That's actually not true, now that I think about it. There are some adventures later where you can lose the first battle, technically. So I've tried that, now that I think about it. One major thing, and maybe that has changed in the new version of this mode, but one major thing used to be that the deck size at the beginning of the game is rather small, and it certainly still is. And you know, maybe you don't know, but if when your deck runs out in Legends of Runeterra, if you are trying to draw a card and your deck is empty, you lose the game. You just flat out lose. So sometimes, because you have a really small deck size in the very first battle of an adventure, we can end up running out of cards in that first fight. That has happened to me at least twice. But again, before the update, so maybe that has been like ironed out a bit. And now I'm even pulling a card out of my deck with the out the gates thing, right? So that's for that reason a little bit scary. But we got through the first fight, no big deal. Wasn't even a thing. And what is this? Grandfather Rumul. I have not seen you before. Play grant 2 allies 4 health. Okay, he costs 8 though, so that's pretty damn expensive. Double Agent and our Rosen Sentry. He draws us a card when he dies. That's kind of nice. And Double Agent makes all players draw cards when it strikes. Interesting. I think I will go for the Avarosan Sentry here, so that I get to draw a card, but they don't. I will say then as another note, that the enemies in the adventures tend to very often run out of cards, and they end up sitting with mana that they can't use in the late game. And so drawing cards for them would not be in our best interest. We get Fizz. Fizz is fun. When you play a spell, stop all enemy spells and skills targeting me and give me elusive this round. So Fizz is, he's a trickster. That's his thing, right? You want the enemy to target him with spells, he's so weak, and then you play a spell, it cancels it, and he gets elusive. And he wants you to play spells. So can we do that? We need fast and burst spells to even consider that, right? I know, surely he comes with some, but let me see here. See, we don't really have those, well, right? Oh, we do have the Cosmos Bind, that's 5. You want some cheap spells. Honestly, we don't really have that. Not really in this beginner deck. I see. Then the core of creatures will give us a 1-cost spell, and Double Trouble. Double Trouble won't work because it's slow. So that's interesting. We got Soraka again. Okay, and Ash. Oh, we're gonna go up against Ash. Huh. Ash, I should read her out. When we attack with her, she frostbites the strongest enemy, causing them to have 0 attack for that round. And she levels up with that, and that has happened 4 times. Then we also get a crystal arrow for free on top of the deck that has draw 1, so it sort of equalizes in the next round. And then enemies with 0 power cannot block. And she comes with some other things here. Let's see. I think we're going with Ash. Oh, I need to fix my sound here. Alright, back. And a little bit turbulent start to this episode. She comes with the Rhinetusk Shaman here, who the Rhinetusk Shaman will sit back in your back row, and round start it will frostbite the strongest enemy. I really, really like this unit. It works against almost everything, and it's hard for an unskilled player, also known as an AI, to kill and deal with them. So it's really good for sure. In fact, I'm gonna double down on that. And just get Ash. Here. Yeah, we're going to... I keep interrupting myself, but we're going to move all the way to Ash in this episode, right? So, are we going for the Lauren Blake Keeper? I forget what you do. I think he makes one of our units a challenger, and that's kind of his thing, which is not terrible. Or we can go to the shop. So, sure, we will go and make a unit a challenger. We don't really have the money for a shop, I feel. So, I never try to go for the shops early, but maybe that's a mistake. The plucky Poro, then. The Poro toddles towards you, the massive helmets on its head, causing it to wobble unsteadily. This is your sparring partner? He says here, when one of the foe's units survive damage, they get an extra attack. Okay. Just a Poro in a helmet. Okay. Not a terrible starting hand. I'll reshuffle one of the Esmos here, hoping to draw a champion. I will keep the Rhyme Tusk, just because it is that good. Oh. Oh, we did have another spell for Fizz, technically, the Minimorph. I overlooked that one. Fair enough. Yeah, well, I love Fizz, but I think I made the right choice. We can't summon anything, but in the first round we got a Stone Dagger. Will deal 3 damage to the enemy Nexus. So, there you go. Out the gates. Good. There's the Poro. Right, and it has a pickaxe with it, so it deals 3 damage and it has armor. Because that the base unit has armor. So we'll trade it here for the Stone Daggers, that's fine. Gotta get rid of that thing. This one gun boosted. Okay, so we do not have a boosted unit to play. We'll just play the babbling battledeers. They keep talking over me. I'm the one talking here. Don't you know? Here we boost the battledeers. Good.
Every work demands a piece of ourselves.
When you summon another ally, grant it 0/1, so next to health, Duran Sculpture. Yeah, very cool. Also a relatively new unit. I would love to have one. I love stuff that keeps stacking bonuses. I think we'll just play Bard, right? Oh, they're gonna attack and I want to trade. So it's probably gonna have to be a Hungry Owlcat. Yeah.
Look, Reg! A songbird!
A little reinforcement.
They play another unit. They play another unit to block. Okay, we're making some good trades here. And then I think we're dropping Bard. He has stuff that triggers on attack, so as much as I like the Rhyme Tusk Shaman. But it's been boosted and he hasn't. Oh, surely we want the Bard.
Alright, let's get to work.
He also has that Windsor's Rage Blade that I had forgotten to put on him earlier. So we're about to see what that does. We'll do it like that. So he has the Rage Blade. When he attacks, he's going to get +1/1 here. Like so. Very good. And we are winning. And again here they are running out of cards, right? As I said. Oh, I could have played another unit. My bad. Good. Rhyme Tusk Shaman now. Got quick attack, nice.
Step to improving.
Mistakes? I don't make those anymore.
Nice.
Another project.
Alright. And they do want to trade stuff, so we shall.
You'll make a
We go here. And spell shield or 1 extra health. I think we'll keep the spell shield. Not that it matters. Not really. I do believe we have the lethal.
Ice runs in our veins.
Murder.
Must have gotten turned around.
Not too shabby. Click through that and see what we get. God Willow Seedling. Play recall an ally to summon an ephemeral copy of it. Count down 3, summon another ephemeral copy of that same ally. That's interesting. I like that card. It just, I think I talked about how recalling is not good for our deck because we are boosting units a whole lot and buffing them, and then they lose those buffs when they are recalled. So I don't think we are going that route. Then Prowling Cutthroat is not one I'm a super big fan of. Like, it's for a rush strategy or for blocking other elusives, which Garen and Ashe do not do. So I think we are taking the double agent, even though I said earlier that we didn't want to draw cards with the enemy. It'll be fine. Oh, draw a champion. That's quite nice to have in the deck. And grant the top ally in your deck 3/3. Though the Ice Veil Archer would be able to help level Ashe. Tough choice. It's so nice being able to pull a champion in this particular mode. And then with the Ardent Sensor there, I think it becomes really good. This helps level Bard. So, yeah. Add a weapon to your deck with a random rare item. Oh, it's okay. I was wrong about the Lauren Blade Cleaver. Very cool. For a fair duel, I must insist that you enter your next confrontation with one of my blades. Okay, so he gives you like a weapon spell. Very thematic. I like it. Here's another draw a champion thing. Grant an ally +1 and draw a champion. Honestly, this is a 1-cost draw a champion card, which is excellent. Blade of the Exile. Oh, this is the finished blade. I was about to tell you all about how you have to construct the blade in order to get it. This is the finished blade. So you grant an ally +2. You give them overwhelm and quick attack. And this card will start in my hand. It only costs 1. Okay. Sold. Sharpened Talons. The Fleet Feather Tracker's intelligent eye catches your own, and as it does, it tumbles from the sky, claws outstretched. Game start, the foe summons a Fleet Feather Tracker. This fight is pretty tough, actually. I mean, comparatively, relatively to what we've been through. So we don't want to have this in the starting hand, because we're going to get it for free anyway. I'll keep the Stone Staggers, so we have a play in turn 2. And we do the exile anyway. Unfortunate. Oh, Yeah, see, they also get a starting unit in play, right? And I don't want to trade mine. Well, I'm not even trading, I'm losing my unit here if we're trading or defending, so we're not. But then we might want to go for the Blade of Exile on her. We don't have to do it now, we can wait. See, this thing is going to get a Challenger though, and then it's going to start killing my elusive units. So if I play the Esmus 2, that could end up backfiring. I think we should get a Stone Stagger out and hope that they trade for that one. Oh, and it has Challenger, so we can in fact force it. Yeah, I will do so. Oh, even better. Even better, I will give him Quick Attack and Overwhelm with the Blade here. Combined with the Challenger, means that we can guarantee kill unit without losing anything ourselves. Excellent. Good start. We took the 3 damage. But now I feel like we're coming out on top. I will play the Avarosan Sentry here. Okay, I was kind of hoping that they wouldn't go for it. Sometimes when you have a last breath unit, the enemy will be like, oh, he wants me to attack him, so I won't. I will block, because we gotta not damage the Nexus. Although that puts my Stone Staggers here at risk. I think we hold the Owlcat. Okay, are you the only one with a buff, Mr. Stone Stagger? You are. It got faded. Faded means the first time each round an allied card targets me, grant me +1/1. He's faded like that. We almost have nothing that can do that, but you know, maybe we might find a way to use it. Let me throw down the Esmus as well. And here I'm gonna buff it. There, so it has a bit more health. Killing another unit for free. Yeah, that Blade of the Exile is so good, man. I love it. And the Rhine Tusk Shaman got the buff. Oh. Yeah, see, now they're gonna kill my stuff. We have a spell to counter it a bit.
Winter is the Freljord's true ruler.
So we are saving the guy with the Blade of the Exile here. Guess I didn't show off that spell at all on screen, in fact. Just for those that are interested, this is the Brittle Steel, frostbite an enemy with 3 or less health. Burst spell, right? So it's super effective for whenever the enemy is doing some attacking and they think they have a kill under their belt. We turn the table on them and then we just win out. Do we just attack? We have lethal, yeah. Okay, so we only took the 1 Nexus hit. So we're going up against the mini-boss. Maybe that's what I should call it. Ash. Rhymefang Wolf with a -1 cost. It has Challenger, and if I struck a unit with 0 power, kill it. So if we frostbite someone, he can kill any unit. We have Spirit Fire over here. Give enemies -2 attack, and round end deal 2 to me this round. With a -2 cost on it, so costing 5 as a burst. And then Fading Memories. Pick a follower, create an familiar copy of it in hand. I don't think we are interested in that. That means that you will want to pick something that has a summon effect, usually, with that. And we don't really run that kind of stuff. No. Well, the Everosen Sentry will give you an extra card. No, I mean, doesn't matter. Because you're wasting the card and start on this as well, right? I think we grab the wolf. As much as I think this Spirit Fire is decent, the wolf ends up being really good here. And then we get another card? Not sure what happened there. Normally we only get one. Anyway, Sawnite Urchin. Discard a card to draw one, and when I'm summoned, summon an ephemeral copy of me. No. Ice Yeti then. When I'm summoned, Frostbite enemies with 3 or less health. Cool. And Black Cleaver. When I'm summoned, double my power and health. So he's a 10-10 for 7 with that effect. Okay, and then Battle Fury. Burst, grant an ally 8-4. And Sapphire Crystal. Get an empty mana gem. Empty mana gem means that we will get 1 more mana every round, basically. After the round where you get the empty mana gem. Up until, of course, the point where we reach 10. And then we have reached the limit. And if we're casting an 8-cost spell, we can technically do that in round 5. If we have 3 spell mana, so we would gain... And then in round 6, we could have 7 mana. So you can gain, at max, 4 extra mana throughout the fight with that. I think the Ice Yeti sells itself. Shop or gold chest with 500 money. But in fact, usually there will be some better shops later with a different color border, and they give better cards. So I like gathering gold, unless we are like desperately in need of some better stuff to beat the mid boss, which I don't think we are right now. So far I think we've built a fairly solid deck here, and we're about to find out if I'm right about that. Queen Ash stands before you, calm and self-possessed. Your eye is drawn to the bow in her hands. However, the subtle glow of power... your eye is drawn to the bow in her hands, however, and the subtle glow of power that surrounds it. Okay, and round start. If the foe has the attack totem, they will frostbite the player's weakest unit. Okay. Yeah. Which will help level her when she hits the field, right? So, we drew her as well. Okay. Interesting. Do we keep the Yeti in hand here? I think we kind of need some early game plays, so I think not. As much as it is good, it'll be turn 7 before we can play it. That's too late. There. And so now we don't have the Blade of Exile in hand. Have you heard of Arosa, young one? Her legend lives in every arrow fired from this bow, says Ash. Alright. So we didn't have the Blade of Exile, so now we get a bonus draw, basically, out of that. We were denied that in the previous combat, right? I was about to say we lucked into drawing in Esmus, but maybe that's not the best pull from out the gates. It cannot do damage unless I give it the Blade of the Exile. But I don't think you'd want that on it. That is a tricky question. No. Just for we could do 2 damage to the Nexus right now with it, but this one's gonna get frostbitten every round, and it doesn't matter because it had 0 attack already, right? So leaving that at 0 is much better. Let's play an Averosan Sentry to counter the Averosan Sentry. We can see he has an Ash in hand, by the way. And they will have initiative on turn 4, where Ashes can be played. So that is kind of scary. We could turn her into a Minity. That might be the play. Then I would have to save some spell mana this turn, 2 specifically. So we could play the Bandle Commando. Do we have a buff from something? Oh, we do. We have chimes in these 2. Okay, so then they are the ones that are getting played. One of them anyway. 4/4 or 3/5? She has 3 health. Oh, interesting. You've reduced the power of 4+ enemies to 0, 0 out of 4, because they didn't reduce the power of the Esmus at all with that frostbite there. So that didn't trigger her level up thing, and it's gonna continue to sit there and not trigger her thing every round, or every other round. Beautiful. It's almost as if I planned that. Let's pretend I did. I will play the Babbling Balladeers. Oh, and they can't play anything. Okay, we get some boost here. Very nice. See, I find it hard to believe that they simply don't have a play. Clever AI. Clever. Okay. Got me there. He was sitting with the heel, the kindly tavern keeper. Aha. So that's why he was holding back.
Faster than my arrow? I think not.
Yeah, so she's still at 0 out of 4, where normally she would be 0 out of 2 right now. So we got lucky. Now when she attacks, she will frostbite the strongest enemy. That will be my Ash if I play her. And then we can block with the Babbling Balladeers killing her, and then not block the kindly tavern keeper. One thing I didn't explain is that whenever we beat the mini-boss, like the fight that we are in right now, we get to heal to full at the end of the fight, always. So for this one, it doesn't matter if we're down to 1 Nexus health. So I'll tank that hit on the Nexus, that's fine. We'll play the Ash.
On one arrow. Avarosans, stand together.
And then kill her. And one could argue that they shouldn't attack there. I'm not sure. They have another Ash in hand. They get to trigger her. The damage to my Nexus. Probably shouldn't have attacked. If I was in their position, I probably wouldn't have. Tough to say. Now we have an important question to answer. And that is, should I put the Blade of Exile on Ash? I think not. They will have other Frostbite cards. And so if I start challenging units with quick attack and really high power against, like, not the Tavern Keeper can't kill her. Yeah. I think we are just gonna go, though. Here. And I will challenge, because we know this one's gonna have 0 attack. So even if they Frostbite Ash now, she won't be hit back. Good.
I will unite them.
Very good. There's the next one. So now we want to throw down the Rime Tusk Shaman.
Freljord's true ruler.
It's going to Frostbite their Ash.
Ice runs in our veins.
Lovely. Now they're frostbiting mine. Shouldn't matter. He's barred, but he doesn't have a buff yet. We can play the double agent. No, let's play... Yeah, I'll play the double agent, sure.
I can see all the players from here.
Getting tough, nice. 4 to an enemy if it has 0 power, otherwise frostbited. Oh, I should have maybe seen that coming. Okay. And we could have buffed her with the Esmus last round. I should have done that, giving her some extra health. That is unfortunate. Well played, AI. Now, I think we're still winning.
Mama is the beast, Mama.
Bring me the calm. of
Oh,
an
they have a
unshattered
ring.
world.
Rime Tusk Shaman with -2 cost on it. Nice. That's annoying.
Send chills up my spine.
I think I should play the Bard before attacking. We don't have lethal at the moment. No. So,
The time is
there's
right.
another frostbite. Oh, that was the Ash spell.
Lead us to victory.
And now she levels up.
There it is.
Dealing 1 damage to my Bard there, okay. I will give Bard the Blade of the Exile.
Nothing escapes my watch.
And of course we are attacking. I think we want to buff the Bard. We will attack with the Bandle Commando. I will not go with the Rhyme Tusk Shaman because I really want to keep it. Don't want to risk it. So... Wait, we can do another play. What am I saying? Do we... Oh, we don't have board space. So it's fine as is. Like that. And the Bandle Commando. Yeah.
Look out for reavers.
Oh, we're so close to the lethal. Damn. Yeah, we cannot do anything with the Brittle Steel to that effect. Okay, well, we'll have it soon. Next time we attack, I think. It's in the bag. Yeah.
The frost reveals all to me.
Guide our allies, my friend.
Alright. I could play the Icy Yeti. But like, why would we do it? I'm gonna do it. Just because it's fun. There. Frostbiting almost the entire team. Oh, it might even be necessary. Because look at this, now they're frostbiting all my guys. Well, not all of them. I don't know if I showed it, the crystal arrow that Ash gets when she levels up. It is put on top of the deck, but then you draw it and then it has +1 draw. But you can't play it in the same round that she levels up, that's the point, right? Frostbite an enemy and all other enemies with 3 or less health. So kind of like the Yeti summon ability. In a way.
A chill in the air.
Another frostbite, and my frostbite-bitten enemy units cannot block because they have the upgraded Ash. And this is why this fight is so tough. And another Rhyme Tusk Shaman, damn. Okay. Well, see, yeah, because we can't really block all that. But I will frostbite you here and kill a unit, so they have 1 less blocker next turn. And then I think we have enough stuff to just all-out attack, and then we will kill them. Oh, they have 2 Rhyme Tusk Shamans, though. Maybe not. Damn. Let's see.
There is no shelter.
They can block that. They can totally block this. Oh, and this one has Scout. I don't really have anything to target the backline either. Oh, that's not true. We can minimorph one of them to make it stop doing that thing. That's a play. How many cards are left in the deck? 20, okay. And for them, 13. So we're not going to lose by fatigue. That's good. Well, we will be attacking. So here,
The crumbs of war.
like this, I think. And if nothing else, we're forcing some trades here. Bard levels up. But I didn't feel like I could attack with him. Maybe I was wrong. He would have gotten +1/1 from the Rage Blade, and we could have given him the Esmo, so then he would have been a 3 attack. Which is about enough. Right? Oh, we're doing 1 damage? Oh, we're doing 1 impact damage from the Yordle over here. I overlooked that, so we do have the lethal. Ha! Alright. Let's turn Ash into a Minity. He's like, you what, mate?
Opportunity's double-edged.
I overlooked the lethal. For shame. But good. And then, so now we get to add an item to one of our champions and also get an extra copy of that champion. Tough choice. I think Overwhelm, honestly, on the Bard, since he grows so much during the fights. Him Overwhelm means that the XX damage is dealt beyond the blocker into the Nexus. He will grow himself really high. So then he'll be able to punch through enemies and hit, well, basically overwhelm the Nexus. How about that? I will go for that, even though the Savage Shield is great. Could have gone on Ash. I think Bard is the right play here. Also getting in 1 more of him for the deck, right? And that's going to be the end of the episode. So that was 40 minutes. I hope that wasn't too long. I hope you guys enjoyed it. You can always give me feedback in the comment section down below if you want to see it done in a different way. But other way, it's done for Keejchen today. See you soon, guys, and bye-bye.